funding the hostage coordinators from the U.S. on the ground, and all the WhatsApp messages with the Biden administration saying, don't release the hostages. So again, all I see when I see these thousand protesters on the ground are useful idiots for Qatar, the Muslim Brotherhood, for the Samantha Power people, and for the NGOs funded by individuals that just want to get rid of Netanyahu and don't really care about the hostages when they're doing this stuff. Because you're dealing with psychological warfare. So they gave more media, Mila, if you want to talk about Israel going on the offensive. The least they can fucking do is shut the fuck up about the hostages so that it doesn't seem like it's such a big deal to the terrorists, so they can get the hostages out. And they're not doing that. So if anybody actually learned it for the last 2 years that I've been in spaces, this is what I've been talking about. With any hostage negotiation, you never make a big deal from the street level that it shows that you're going to cause a division in a country, because that's literally what the color revolution was done for against Israel, like they're doing now in Poland, like they're doing now, and this is still all the money left from USAID, Samantha Powers, all these left-wing NGOs, the EU, from the Qataris, from the Turkish money, it's laundered through different organizations, and it's still running, and in 4 years, or even midterms, we're going to have the left coming up here. Israel's going to have elections in 2026, and you're going to have a different prime minister, or something happens with Bibi, he's not able to serve. You're going to have everybody's going to have a prime minister that can do it better than Bibi, and we're going to be in the same fucking shit, because you're going to have a new president in the U.S. 2 years after that, that's going to be most likely a fucking lefty, because everybody's running around like a moron in this country right now, rather than focusing on taking out Gavin Newsom so he can't run in 2028, and focusing on the Jews. When everybody should be ignoring Israel completely, so that Israel can do what they need to do. Instead, every single right-wing influencer and left-wing influencer, all they talk about is this shit. Not Ukraine, Russia, not all the open graves that we just found from ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and from...
Which one specifically? Because I just trolled a couple of those in the past 2 hours.
Like Jazzy and Shy. I spit out my water. I was laughing so hard.
Has Jazzy been in anger management? Because she's a lot calmer than she used to be.
You just got to catch her at the wrong time. I've heard her get so explosive. It can come at any moment. So to suggest that she's been through some type of therapy or education would be ludicrous. It's just a question of, is the environment right? And did she feel she get attacked or disrespected? Because that's when she comes in, with her heat.
I don't know, like she stopped fucking with me about a year ago when I've been a room laugh at her. I was like, this bitch is so mad, she's just thrown her own wing at the floor.
She's a waste of time. Oh, speaking of another waste of time, look who it is, Dr. Adams, the femboy who goes around reporting rooms and trumping for Darren LaHood because he's going to fix the hood. Well, the campaign is still going, Dr. Adams. I know you and Matt Cool said it was going to end 2 days ago, so here we are. Are men messier than women? Are you messier than a woman sometimes, Dr. Adams?
What's up, lady balls?
How you doing? Tuna, how you doing? How's the scene?
The sea? The sea is good, I'm actually looking forward to not hailing in New Zealand. We've had the sort of antithesis of that hurricane that's about to hit Florida. Hitting us for the last 5 days. We've had hail, we've had rain, it's pretty close to us calling Noah and asking him to commission that boat after all.
How far are you from Fiji? How long will flight?
Flight hours, it's about 4 or 5 hours to recollect. I've been visiting over a decade since we went to Fiji. In terms of progress, about 120 years.
I've always wanted to go diving there because I heard the diving's really good. For me to get there, it's 4 hours to LAX. LAX there, I think it's like 6.5, 7 hours.
See, if you're going to do that bounce from LAX, I'd say go Western Samoa. In fact, go Western Samoa for diving, man. Like, you can go and see New Zealand's second most expensive warship, which the woke captain left in autopilot and crashed into the very reef that they were there to survey, and then it sank. Spewed diesel out, and before it set on fire, then it sank, then it spilled diesel all over the reef they were supposed to be inspecting. Yeah, job done. Somehow.
Hey, what's going on, Alan? First, women are messier than men. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
No, I'm sorry, but it's true. They pretend to be cleaner, but in secret they're very messy. I will not be contradicted on that point. What do you think, John? It depends on the personality. I've known some women who are extremely weak, and then other women who are absolute slobs. Unfortunately, the women in my life have all been on the slobby end of the spectrum, so there you go. Alan, what do you think about women leadership in companies versus male leadership? I don't think females are good leaders. I think males any day. I am in complete agreement.
Might I insert something, please?
I'm not a woman, so no.
Was that a yes or no? It's unclear.
I said I'm not a woman, so no, but you can speak.
Of course you can. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I think leader and woman, I think that's an oxymoronic statement. I think those two words don't go together in the same sentence.
So, Dylan, I've seen it too, like, the problems with women leadership, three issues. Women are emotional, women get jealous, and women, they're insecure. And that's why they don't want, some of the many reasons why they don't make good leadership.
Well, it's not in their nature to lead. What does it mean to lead? To lead means to go first. To lead means to go first. Going first takes courage. Going first is testosteronic. It takes balls. Let me ask you something. Who approaches who? Does the sperm approach the egg, or does the egg approach the sperm?
Facts.
Thank you.
So you're telling me that if I go to the bar on a Friday night, if I don't approach an egg, there's never going to be any whoopee?
I think if you're going out on a Friday night and you want to meet women and you're not approaching them, you're a pussy.
So you're saying that I become a pussy and I'm not looking for pussy?
Remember this, John. I want you to write this down. Women don't want a pussy because they already have one.
So what are they looking for exactly?
A man. A
And
man.
what is a man?
If you don't know what a fucking man is, stop.
Before you get to the definition of a man, I wanted to say that there was an article I read about a woman who wanted to create an all-female company, and the company ended up dying after a year because of all the catfighting and jealousy and the social groups that formed, and the fact that there was one in group and one out group, and they got petty over who was sitting with whom during lunch, and then the out-group refused to, well, the in-group refused to work with the out-group to the point where the head of the company is trying to deal with clients and saying, okay, we'll have this proposal for you on your desk in 2 days. And she couldn't even get it out because her employees, all women, couldn't get it together to understand that what was important was not their little bickering and everything that was going on, but serving the actual client.
John, did I tell you the story in college about the feminist group?
No.
Okay, so my school was very liberal, so there was this women's studies group, or women's studies, like majors, whatever. They were having a bake sale, and a cupcake, it was $1 for a male and 67 cents for a female, right? Because they wanted to show for every dollar a male makes, a female makes 67 cents. So I told this girl, she was kind of my friend in the class, and I'm like, let's go mess with them. And I gave her $1, and they saw me give her $1, and she bought a cupcake and then gave it to me. And they're like, oh my God, you're setting us back 30 years, 50 years. She's like, I love it when a man tells me what to do. They're like, we don't want your money, we don't want your dirty money. I'm like, the cupcake tastes so good. These feminists got so pissed at my classmate or friend. But they went around like trying to prove this. And it doesn't prove anything because let's say women, like what's the statistic? Women make 21% more or less. Why don't companies fire all males and only hire females, then they save 21% on labor costs?
I was actually facing reverse discrimination. One summer I was looking for a job and I applied to an electronics factory. It would have been working on a line assembling, circuit boards. And the woman told me outright, she said, no, you can't do it. You're a man. Your fingers will be your hands will be too big. Don't even bother coming in. So that's it. And the emotional wounds that I suffered because of that, and the hit it took to my psyche, to this day, it's still a bitter, bitter memory, being rejected like that for employment. It pains me. I think I've felt that long enough.
So I worked at a company, they wouldn't give you your bonus until you went through diversity, equity, inclusion, and cultural bias training, and gender differences in communication. So they made you do this fucking training at year end, right before bonus payout, and HR sent out an email saying you have to do this training, and people would blow it off, and they said in big capital letters, your bonus will not be paid out unless you do this training. I mean, it was so fucking stupid.
And do you feel more sensitive now, Nick?
No.
I will tell you the only good thing about it. Not a completely female company, but one at about 80% is that as long as that there are men there to keep the women in check, they all try to dress each other. And I mean, I am talking, I had a temp job, it was one day, and it was mostly women, and I could barely concentrate because the women were, I mean, it was like almost evening gowns approaching that, the level of dressed up awesomy, I can't think of the word, that they were achieving. Like, everyone was in heels, everyone had dresses on, everyone had makeup on, everyone had their hair done. It was, and the whole day I'm looking like, trying to do my work. I got fired from the job after one day. It was that bad. But it was to this, that was what, I still remember that.
It's just funny, like I've been in jobs where it's very female dominated. And for Christmas, they all do this gift exchange. They all go out to lunch and everything. And like the three of us guys were like, what do? We don't do anything. They have the Secret Santa and things like that. As guys, we don't do any of that shit.
Well, I mean, there are many and numerous things that women bring to the table. Absolutely. The man builds the house, the woman makes it a home.
Right. I agree with it.
And I think you said that, KP.
Of course. And what's the scariest words your
We
mom
just took her 30 years on the hook with the bank.
The scariest words your mom can say to you now, what are they?
Wait until your father gets home.
That's funny.
No, that was
The scariest thing to say in a single mother household is wait until your next father gets here.
It's never gonna happen.
first your mom would beat your ass. Then when your dad got home, got your ass beat.
Yo, I would tell you, Nick, my father only whooped my ass one time in my life. I was 5 years old. Didn't get out of bed to go to school. Told me something, time to get up. And when he laid off until I was out of kindergarten, I said, hell no, I'll never want that smoke again. No.
Like that's the thing, you learn your lesson. Are you even allowed to hit kids now or no?
You have to do it in a certain way or CPS is gonna be up your ass like a fucking sock puppet.
You know, it's funny. My pediatrician didn't say it outright, but when we asked her, she said, whatever you do, it has to be memorable. And I think that was her code of saying, yeah. And she's from the South too. She had a, I would say, like heavy drawl, but she had a drawl for sure. So I knew what she was saying.
Whoop that ass. You see, now that both my parents are from the South. So when they laid off into you, you got laid off into. When they would say, go get a switch. What the fuck? God damn it.
Like you could get away with that in the 50s and 60s. My dad used to tell me, well, my dad grew up in Germany, but like in Germany, like he said no kid had ADHD, no kid had ADD, no kid had Asperger's. Nobody had any of this shit. He's like, if the kid didn't pay attention, they slapped him and then all of a sudden they paid attention. Like, I don't know, do you think we need to bring corporal punishment back somewhat? Because these kids are too soft.
In my opinion, yes.
Well, then my dad told me if you got into a fight in school, obviously teachers would break it up, but they would beat both your asses with a paddle.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd get sent home for the day, and then you got your ass beat at home. But you learned your lesson.
And if you did something wrong in school when I was growing up, because elementary school was like right down the street, you did something disrespectful in school, the teacher whooped your ass, then you had to go to the principal office, get your ass paddled, Then Miss Martha would hear about it. She booked Chaz. Then the next door neighbor heard about it. She booked Chaz. Then you get to the house, you got your ass whooped. You learn your lesson. Don't ever do this stupid shit again.
And Grandma found out about it. Don't forget Grandma.
See, my grandparents moved down to South I'm up here. It's like, shit.
Oh, okay.
But, like, say you did something really, really bad. Your uncles will be over here and whoop your ass. So now you have a whole line of men checking you. So that's why I never had, like, any kind of trouble. I was so damn scared to get my ass whooped like that.
I mean, like, yeah, I got phone calls for stupid shit in class, but it wasn't anything, like, serious. Like, it wasn't like I set something on fire. It was just fooling around in class and kids would be kids, but it was never anything like,
And how,
I didn't do
and
anything.
how violent? I'm sorry.
Like, if I didn't turn in an assignment or I did something half-assed, stupid shit like that.
And how my school district was, most of those folks came from the South. They all knew each other. So get your ass in the car after school. I'm driving you straight to your mom and dad's house. They all knew each other because they grew up together. I remember 7th grade. I'll never forget this one. I was feeling bad. So I was having a hard time. I was like a C student, and that's a failure. My parents didn't play about school. I got a C in math. So it's, parent-teacher conference, and your first semester or first quarter, whatever, you have your parent-teacher conference. And my mother, because my dad was at work, couldn't make it. My mother walked into school. We just going through like, okay, English A, okay, you got a B plus, okay, math C. Where you going with a C? She looked at the teacher. The teacher called my mother by her first name. She looked at him and said, call him by his first name. And the only thing I could say was, oh fuck, I fucked. Got my ass whooped right there, on the spot. Because I was fucking up and had a seat.
Wait,
Because they came from the South together.
I don't understand the significance of the teacher called your mother by her first name. Should she have called her by her, Mrs. KT?
No, because they grew up in the same neighborhood.
Oh,
Down south.
Oh, so you understood that your mother and this teacher were friends. So that was
Way back in the 60s, or the 50s. They grew up in the same neighborhood in the South.
so it's like I got your back on this one, and you got no refuge, kid.
None. And guess what? The next quarter, straight A. I'm like, oh shit.
I remember, like, what I used to do is I would only show my parents, like, the good grades, and then the bad ones, I wouldn't show them. And so we went to, like, a parent-teacher conference, and the teacher was showing my exam, B, and she's like, D, A, whatever. And I was like, wait, D? I didn't know about that. I thought you were doing better. You always showed me these good test scores. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know all of them.
I don't think anybody utilizes it, but it's still written in Florida law on books. that your child misbehaves at school, and we sign off on the thing every year that we understand this law, and that if our kid misbehaves, that they have every opportunity to spank our children. I've never heard of a case where they've done it, but
I mean, look at the stores what some of these kids do. If you ever go to like a grocery store, you see these kids how they misbehave. I'm like, if I did that, I don't want to know what would have happened when I got home.
And next, you want to know something else? The same math teacher. I was 19. I went over to Windsor. Go to the casino, right? Don Cherries and all that shit over there partying. I ran across it. When I got back to the dormitory the next morning, my mom and dad called. Where were you at last night? I've been here. I've been at school. You trying to lie? No, the fuck you not. Because I got caught. Got caught in Canada by the same teacher. Went straight to the house and said, hey, I saw your boy over here. He over here gambling. God damn it. Funny as shit. You can't make this shit up.
And the thing is, we all hate.
Right.
I mean, it's. Jeez. You know, I was always independent, and I hate it. But when you think about it, it's not just that, oh, you got a C, oh my God, you got a woman, because you got a C. It's that in your mind, you know, geez, if I'm getting this mistreated, no, not that, I don't want to say it that way. If they are getting this upset, if I just get, because I got a C, imagine if I do something worse.
Hey, I just want to do a real quick shout out real quick. I'm sorry. See, Andrew, good friend, give her a follow. She's new to that, don't know anything about this. Very, very good friend.
Hey, Andrew, welcome. If you're new to the app,
Right there, the mute button.
run away. Run away now. Don't look back. Run, run, run.
Hey.
I said, run. Get the hell out of here.
Are you married or single?
I'm not married.
Do not use this app for dating.
Right.
Hell no.
In the least. Go out, go places, meet people in real life.
This is worse than waste management. Shit. This app is trash. Don't do it.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I would say if you're going to be around, you're going to have 50 million guys just trash, or 50 million ladies trash, going to be trying to holler at you, trash. Don't use this affidavit. We all tried it one time in life. Nope.
Yeah, use it to run for Congress and defeat the rhinoceroses running our government, plunging us into eternal and forever debt.
Hello, kid.
John, you're killing your damn campaign, man.
How am I killing it? I'm killing it because I'm getting petition signatures and I'm raising hundreds of dollars on Clown House?
Honestly, just speaking.
It is great. Okay. Just wanted to apologize. I know last time you said
Who are you?
Mother Elijah.
Okay.
That's me talking, sir.
You think I care about what you said last time?
Not really, but I just wanted to break the ice, just in case there is.
No, man, I don't care. Yesterday is yesterday. I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, okay, you did kind of
Well, thank you. Yeah, I let shit go, man. I don't live day to day and keep everything together. No. If something happened yesterday, brother, or even an hour ago, it's gone.
Yeah, you can't dwell on the past. Like I heard a good quote. It says, "There's a reason why your windshield is locked to be there than your rearview mirror, because it's the road that lies ahead of you that's more important than what's behind you."
Right, that's
You would never,
That's a
you
very
would never ever hear me have something to keep going. I don't do that. That's some straight up faggot shit.
Right, that's very
It's a feminine trait. Never gonna happen.
right. I respect that, Kate. Can I kindly ask what's the title about so I can partake?
It's open.
What's the title mean? I can't understand it.
Are men more masculine than women?
Ah, okay.
And we just gonna free float it through all kind of
I
topics.
think though, in general, KP, it's
What's up,
complex
Shane?
or not. Because like we'll fight and then we'll just be like, okay, we'll move on. For women, oh, it's crazy, man. They live for the drama and the bullshit.
Okay. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 with it. I feel like this is the thing with social media, man. You know, pre-social media, I would say it's the women were more tighter, but women just got more enhanced in kind of this in the gossip and shit because of social media. But I will say I'm gonna add more points to the men because, brother, these dudes, I'm telling you, man, I don't know why ins, man. Yeah, maybe he ain't like the women do. So going back and forth with the ladies also, I just be like, yo, what is going on with the fellas? And they be over here pillow talking and all types of shit. So
Because of my affiliation, but MG, please tell them, this is not a healthy person to be affiliated with. He does not have the interests of American Jews at heart. Even if he stands for Israel, it's not working.
Thank you, Jay. And I'm not going off. I'm not trying to deflect off what you said, but I have to say something. He said so much shit. He regurgitated shit from season 2 of Facebook. But John, I'm telling you now, if you act like an asshole, I'll ban you from the house. So let me just say this. How did I get in the position of power in healthy debates? I'm gonna tell you, first off, it's none of your fucking business. Second off, people stepped aside because they had real lives to take care of things, and I picked up the mantle. There was no power play. This asshole's like, hey, you want Roger to be an admin? This is Roger's house, you fucking moron. Roger could kick me out tomorrow if you wanted to. What are you talking about? Kelly has real life stuff that she's addressing. It's so fucking stupid that the narratives you people believe. Why am I in charge of healthy debates? Well, Rohan's an admin also, but Rohan lives in Australia, which is 16 hours ahead. He runs rooms at different times. Here's the thing. For you people that hate me, and I tell you now all the time, the hate is the one that stokes the engine. But if you ladies, if you really hate me that much, take 2 steps to the left and get off my dick.
Like
How about-
Carl, he's complaining in the chat. You should go, Jeff. If I were
Hold
Carl,
on.
I'd go.
Hold on. But here's the thing. I'm not in control of healthy debates. We're still a team. And what caused what happened in healthy debates is none of your fucking business, you idiots. Who cares? Well, we should keep about the conversation and how we cultivate the conversation in here. What the fuck do you care? It's so stupid. Dr. Mitch, you wanted to jump in? Dr. Mitch?
Hi, Jay. No, I'm just here to support. We're all trying to make we're not all trying to make the world a better place, but I think that's the dream, right? Is that we're here to communicate with people all over the world to help make the world a better place. We've got enough crap going on in the world hurting us. We don't need to do it to each other.
Yeah, hold on. To that point, when I was in this room tonight, and he started telling his version of what happened to the creators of this club, and he's blaming you for for getting them like unmodded or removed from the house. I'm sitting in the audience thinking, where's he getting this from? Right? I won't name any names.
His imagination.
Right? I mean, even one of the former leaders of this house has recently told me on the back end what happened to why certain people are no longer fully participating, right? And even you have told me this. So when I heard Pepe's narrative, I'm like, wow, this guy is really, I don't know where he's getting this information from, but it's wild. So if anybody was in that room and heard Pepe tell the story about JB being the reason that Kelly's gone from Healthy Debates and Roger's gone and Bryn and Rohan, his version of the story is not true. If you want to know the truth, go to the former OGs and ask them if they'll tell you. But that narrative he was spinning, 100% lies.
You know what's
Now
crazy
hear
about
from the story.
You know what's crazy about that whole story? He was in this space one time, and he asked about it, and I told him what happened. I said, this is exactly what happened. Some people stepped aside. Some people's egos got hurt. Everybody decided to do their own thing. And I was like, I'm still here. I have no issue staying here. By the way, no bullshit, no cap, no stroke, no smoke. I didn't even ask for an admin position. They gave it to me. And you know what I've done? And I'll brag on this. When I came into this house, there were 32,000 people in this house. There's 46,000 plus now. Because I run rooms consistently. Man, hate is a motherfucking hate. Jealousy is a horrible sin. And that's a fact. John, are you going to be normal tonight or am I throwing you out?
Yeah, I'm here listening.
Man, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a daily stirring of the pot, and when you listen to Pepe, a lot of it is projection with his own frustration in life, and it's pathetic. It's a waste of time, and I for some reason I do enjoy the drama, and I record it and I live stream it, but I just hope people find peace in their lives and live normal lives and live happy, productive lives. To me, this is all petty,
Yeah, it's so
stupid.
normal to have 25 phones propped up recording rooms on Clubhouse. That's so normal.
Well, I'm running for Congress, and it's people like you, Dr. Jasmine, and your incredible rooms that I love to live stream. So
Hey, hold on,
people,
Jasmine, John, John, man, you just say things that trigger people, and I'm going to ask you one last time to stop. And I've been supportive of you. I'm asking for the same respect in return.
I'm not trying to trigger. I'm not trying to trigger anybody.
All right, well, then do me a favor, just chill no meetings tonight. Because I don't want to just blow up on you because it's not your fault that Pepe's a fucking lowlife. And that's exactly what it is. Look, I'm not perfect. There have been so many mistakes in my life. I can't live there anymore. I refuse to. I've grown too much as a man, as a father, as a friend. I refuse. And I wasn't even going to address this, to be honest with you. I just think it's funny. Like I said, this is my original account since I've been on this app. How many accounts is it? How many times you guys get thrown out of a restaurant and say, hey, we're going to call the police or whatever it is? Why go places you're not welcome? And here's the thing. Doesn't it bother you people the things he says and then uses the excuse I'm just a people's kids, people's families, people's lives? Doesn't it bother anybody? Does anybody have any integrity left?
Hold on, Matt. Why are you unmuted, Matt?
I'm up here. I'm here. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, we
I
know.
see your- Can you go on mute for a second?
Oh, I'm mute. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm new. Sorry.
No, I understand. It's okay. Wait, I just want to address some comments in the chat. Folks are like, y'all should get a life, go outside, touch grass, get off the app. Here's the thing. For some of us, Clubhouse is actually quite entertaining. We like to come in here and talk, engage with folks we like and our friends. See, some of you weirdos, and I'm not addressing anyone in particular, over the course of the years, you've ran off the celebrities, okay, with your doxing and harassing. You ran off the real ones with your doxing and harassing and weirdo shit. All of the industry players who add value to spaces, you've ran them off with your doxing and harassing and insecurities and weirdo shit. So now we're just left with doxers, harassers, racists. Okay? So we're trying to navigate the hallways and finding people with some common sense that we can be chill with. So then now that we found the cool, chill people, you want to dox and harass them too.
Hold on,
And then
hold on one
tell
second.
us we need to go outside and touch grass. No, go tell the doxers and harassers and racists that y'all sit on stages with Kiki and Kaka. Tell them to go outside and touch grass.
Let me just, I'm sorry, I have to say this. So Keegan, Jazzy didn't give me the information, and neither did Ann. You're worse than any woman I've seen on this app. I'm not even bullshitting. The way you just spread salacious rumors against people is beyond my comprehension, dude. Yet he fled. Why would he fly? Why would he flee? Because I'm calling him out? He didn't hear what he wanted to hear? Should I say Ann gave it to me? Or Jazzy? Should I lie? Neither one of them did. But, you just want to fucking make salacious shit up. And I'm going to keep it 100. And some of you trolls can go back and tell him I said this. I believe Keegan hates women. 100%. The way he speaks to them, the way he talks down to them. To say, oh, Ann gave it to me. All I heard it was Jazzy. Man, where the fuck do you come in? There's with no reality to that. But it's okay to just throw a name out there. You're a piece of shit. Mike Moon, you wanted to say something?
I'm really, really good at listening comprehension. I spend more time listening than most people on this app. And I'll tell you that everybody's missing the elephant in the room. There's one overriding thesis of that room that Pepe had. It's simple. You claim that you doxed Roger. He claims he didn't dox Roger. We have the facts. We'll move. First of all, if he did dox Roger, then that delegitimizes his entire room. It means his entire room was just a bitch fest of him going off and attacking somebody to get his fucking own rocks off.
Mike Moon. He doxed Roger.
No, listen,
about it.
Let me get there. For the room's benefit, it's really simple. He's already admitted to putting a picture of Roger up, and apparently he says he scratched out his name, but apparently someone came up and said, no, I could read his name on there when you did that. So let's take aside the fact that he was in chillism, apparently just flat out just talking to everyone about it in a small room. We know he did it. So he doxed. His entire premise of the room was that he didn't dox. So now his room is delegitimized, and now it's just literally a bitch fest, and people are going to get caught up on all the bullshit he was saying, but nobody's going to hold him accountable for the fact that, dude, you doxed, you fucking idiot. Talk about projectionism. Talk about projecting. It's fucking horrible. Like, it's ridiculous. And he was being vile, dude. He was being totally fucking vile. I defended you a couple times in the chat at the beginning, and someone told me to shut the fuck up. And I was like, you know what? I will shut the fuck up, because I'm not here, because you can do fine. Either way, I was there to basically determine whether or not his allegations were accurate, because that's all I give a shit about personally, is just trying to know the truth. And the fact is, he's a fucking liar. And then Keegan came in and totally stirred the pot. And it was weird for me, because I've been in countless rooms where Keegan's been hanging out with you, kissing your ass, being nice to you. So the fact that he bounces back and forth between that fucking shithead, and the other thing I'll say is, Pepe, he's a racist piece of fucking shit to his face multiple times. And he is a racist piece of shit. And I'm pretty disappointed that so many fucking people can say he's a great guy and he's a racist piece of shit. Because he should be held accountable for being an outright racist piece of shit. Because that is not acceptable. Too many of us get accused of being racist when we're not. And here's this motherfucker admitting he is, and everybody gives him the benefit of the doubt. Fuck him.
Especially black people. Let me say this real quick. Black people sit on the stage with Pepe and joke and laugh with him. Y'all are some fucking weirdos. Knowing that this man does not even like black people, knowing that he's been hurling the N-word towards black people, disparaging black men and black women for years, and y'all be the main ones on his stage, doing his bidding, carrying bones for him. Y'all are fucking. Can you imagine being black and a follower for a racist? The ancestors are rolling over in their graves at you goofy ass.
Oh, well, let me say this. He got 2 accounts flipped tonight. Not 1, but 2. And yes, there's still 1 standing. That's probably going to go 2. Has nothing to do with me. But he's going to be back tomorrow. We all know he's coming back tomorrow. He's so insecure. He needs to be heard. Right? So, by the way, Nye, I don't know if I told you this, but when Roger comes back, and he's coming back, I'm not going to say when Roger comes back, after that room, I'm going to be taking a break. But that was kind of a scheduled break anyway. I'm going to take a couple days off just to decompress from the nonsense. But let me tell you something. How could you go into a room, and this is, most of you morons are guilty of this. You go into a room and say something in front of people, and then say, well, I never said that. America, she doesn't know what she's talking. Bree doesn't know what she's talking. Howard doesn't know what he heard. Get your ears clean. I didn't say this or that. I told you people, and I'll tell you again, there's no secrets in the clubhouse. If you go into a room and it's not a private room, that shit's getting out. 100%. He doxed Roger. And you know what? Shame on him. Because he don't like Roger. His excuse was, I don't like that he fat shames people. Right? So he could dox his family instead of having a one-on-one conversation with him. What was his other excuse? I don't like that he's associated with John Kitover. What is that your fucking business? All of a sudden, you're the fucking moral police? This is the guy you guys want to, this is the moral police you want to follow? He would kill some of you people in a heartbeat just for being black. And that's a fact. He would spit on you if you were a Jew. That's a fact. But keep following him. Keep going into those pop crash rumors. Holly, how you doing, Holly? Holly Dolly? All right, Holly's not there. Old Raj, looks good, old Raj.
Top of the evening, young man. Another 15 in the books, in your honor. A little exercise.
Good.
Non sequitur, sir, but could you explain to me what the hell that blonde DA in Rhode Island did that caused such a shitstorm? You know anything about it?
I have no idea, but we're not going down any other lane but what we're talking about right now, Raj. At all.
Okay.
Thank you. Pink Pill, how you doing, Pink Pill?
I'm good. JB, how are you? What's going on? What did Pepe do now? He's always in trouble.
Well, Pepe doxed Roger, where he put his family's information, his job history, all that stuff. And then when I said you doxed him, he's been running rooms for, 4 or 5 days about me. The man is obsessed. I live rent-free in his head. And he got kicked off that. He got clipped. 2 of his accounts got clipped. But you know what, Pink Pill? He's like herpes. You can never get rid of him. He'll always come back.
He does always come back. He can't help it. Like, I've never seen somebody who says they can't stand black people so much, but I always see him in black rooms. I don't know why he's never with me, but as I said, it won't start none. Don't start none, won't be none. But it is unfortunate. I've seen. I mean, I don't know about the doxing stuff. I always miss the drama for some reason, but I do know what he's capable of saying. And quite frankly, honestly, I think we do give him a pass when he really shouldn't.
Well, let me say something, Pink Pill. Thank you for that. You know who's just as bad as Pepe? Mom. She signs off on that shit. She signs off on this racism. She enables him because she's a black woman that's a self-hating black woman. So it's okay that she sits there with the known racist on the app, anti-Semite, hater, but mine will sit there and key with him all fucking day. That dumb bitch. I'm sick of it. You want to dox me, bro? And you know what the funny thing is, Nye? I've been telling you for days, I'm just going to sit back. I'm not even going to engage with this asshole. Because you know what? Karma always catches up to everybody. everybody. But tonight was just enough. And listen, I was eating dinner. I got multiple texts. He got clipped in mid-sentence. And my first thought was, I swear to God, Karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. But here's the thing. He will be back. It's going to be interesting to see how many people run into his rooms again. Because if you don't breathe air into that fire, the fire dies out. What's up, Sir T?
What's going on, JB? Who's interrupting your piece, man?
Nobody. I don't allow that. Nobody's getting my piece. I promise you. But what happens is when people fuck with my friends and their piece, then I have an issue. Because, I am old school Brooklyn, man. Loyalty's not a word, it's a lifestyle. Put that one, Pepe. Loyalty's not a word, it's a lifestyle. These are my people. These are my friends. I didn't just cultivate these relationships. These are years in the making. People who know me, trust me, love me, respect me. Can anybody say that about you? Anybody? David Katz, what's good?
Things are good. Appreciate what you're saying. It's all true. Paid your debt to society, which very few of us have. Whether we should use.
We haven't paid our debt to society.
I want to also say it's curious because a lot of the rooms the papers in are recording. One today. So all of the ranting and production and truths are there. Not going away. The rooms last night I was in where Pepe's colleagues were repeating stuff that wasn't true. I think that Roger will have the last laugh. That's all I can say.
I'll say this, and I'm not going to let any cats out of the bag, but I can promise you Roger's going to have that last laugh. And he's going to be very interested. I say it all the time. It's a harder ball game when the rabbit's holding the gun. Right? Listen, Roger could be crass, he could be brusque, he could be rude sometimes, but Roger's also probably one of the best dudes on this app.
He's
And
also
the shit
not
you don't, 100%, but the shit you don't know about what Roger's done for people is unbelievable. But you guys just want to run with these narratives. Oh, Pepe. Where's the Pepe tonight? He got clipped. Does anybody feel bad that you want to put a poll up? Hi, can you run it for me? I want to pull a poll up. What's up, Frankie?
All right, yeah, down here, go ahead. Karma's real. I'll be honest, when I was sitting in that room and Pepe disappeared and they started saying he got clipped, I too thought that JB used some of his connections and got him clipped. And I started to text you, but then I said, I'm hungry. I'm going to get some hot wings. And then when I got back, you had this room open. And you were like, yeah, I had nothing to do with it. So here we are. Mystery solved. JB had nothing to do with getting him clipped. So, but that was fast. Clubhouse, I don't know how the clipping works. Do you get reported? Is it a mass reporting? And then the Clubhouse, the man behind the curtain listens in to see what's going on and clips. But they reacted pretty quickly. I know that room was going on for at least well over an hour. I'm impressed, Clubhouse, and if any of the Clubhouse powers that be are listening, I sent y'all a message about a year ago when I was threatened on this app and threatened with doxing, and I sent multiple messages to get that handled. Y'all did nothing about it. Pepe ran a 2-hour room and got clipped almost immediately. That's fascinating. So note to self, next time my harasser and doxer harasses and attempts to dox me, I need to figure out how to get a room, center him in a room, and maybe they'll react. Maybe I'll get some justice. I'm glad you got some justice, JB, but like you said, he'll be back. He'll be back tomorrow. He has multiple accounts. And it will be interesting to see when he returns what his next room will be about. And half the people who, not half, but some of the people in here, I'm looking through the audience. Some of the same people who are in the chat and in the audience claiming they support JB and they like JB will be over in that room talking shit in the chat. It's weird. It's just so strange. Demonic. You lot are demonic.
There's a new poll up. Hold on. Listen, I want to vote. Does anyone feel bad for that Pepe got clipped? There you go. Here's my vote. So, yeah. What's up, Norm? How you doing? tonight. Two of Pepe's accounts, not one, but two of Pepe's accounts got clipped. Does anybody feel bad for him? Anybody? Bueller? So you can only say so much polarized and negative shit. And by the way, speaking of Clubhouse, let me just ask this question. I don't know if you can mute up for a second. One of the administrators, and I'm not going to name the person, was in this space right here. And I hit him in the back channel. I was like, bro, listen, I'm just done with the docs. I've been doxxed for days, blah, blah, blah. If you have an issue, just reach out to me before you clip me. He wrote back, he goes, I have no problems with what you do. He was also in that room. And that's how Pepe got clipped. It had nothing to do with me. So fuck him.
Right on to that administrator. Right on. Pepe should have been doxxed ages ago because of all the anti-N-word stuff. But, racism is allowed to thrive on this app. But I'm glad somebody actually did something this time.
Nobody said they feel bad for him, so for the 13 votes we got, 85% says he deserves it. Free speech should be allowed at 16% so far. And listen, I don't mind a little banging once in a while. Let's get it out for our chest, see what you gotta say. But they gotta be lines for us, And he crossed everyone between Roger, between myself, running these rooms nonstop. Mike Freeman, man, I don't even know who you are. I got no smoke with you. But I agree with you. That dude's gonna ride. He's like herpes. You cannot get rid of that dude. He'll be back. He's already probably at fucking AT&T getting another phone or getting some free number on fucking Google. I don't know, Mike. If it was me, I wouldn't come back. If the app is telling you you're not welcome, why come back? Because he's a narcissistic asshole who thinks people need to hear his voice. By the way, he sounds like Kermit the fucking Frog had a baby with Ray Romano. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I hope the black people who like to sit on stage with him and be called the N-word will be okay during Pepe's downtime. I know you probably will not know what to do with yourselves without having a non-black person call you the N-word and monkey and ape and gorilla and thug. I hope you find some peace, and I hope you pray over the next couple days. Your master will be back soon, and soon you can be back on his stage where he can call you the N-word and a monkey and an ape and a criminal, and you can laugh about it because it's funny. It's funny to be called an N-word by the white man. And entertainment. So just hold on. He'll be back soon. Hopefully you'll find some other rooms to go into. There are plenty of other white races on the app that you can get your racial fetish fix until Pepe returns. Hopefully you find it.
We're going popcorn style, guys. Hey, Holly, you there, Holly?
I am. I'm here.
Do you want to chime in or you just want to hang out with the cool kids?
Yeah, I just want to be with you guys and have your coolness rub off on me. I don't really have a strong opinion about Pepe. I've always been kind of in Pepe land, but
Wait, how can you be neutral when he doxes people? He puts out their personal information, their feelings information. I'm sorry, Holly, I'm not letting you scale on this one. You don't have to give an opinion. But to say you're neutral, I'm going to go cap on that sweet.
I don't know if it's me, but there's some of that, you were breaking up on me a little. Yeah, I don't know, I don't know about doxing, so I've always thought Pepe was like kind of anti-dox, so he's doxed Roger's face, is that what's happened?
No, see, don't drink that Kool-Aid. What he did was, he broadcasted his work history, his family's business, everything. He didn't just put up a picture, which I consider doxing, by the way, because if Roger wanted his picture up here, he would have put his picture up. He didn't want it, but he got it, right? But he did other things, see? Don't drink that Kool-Aid.
I don't picking up pieces, it's not even been on all day, so I'm just picking up pieces here. So, okay.
It didn't happen today, Holly. It's been going on for 5 or 6 days now. So not just today.
Oh shit, okay, I missed this whole thing. So did he put it up on Clubhouse, or did he put it up on like Telegram or something?
He definitely broadcasted in Clubhouse rooms. That I know. So let me say, Francie, hold on a second. Let me say hello to Adams. Dr. Adams, how you doing? I'm gonna say good morning. That's how tired I am.
Oh my God, you know how tired I am. I've been up
I've been up for quite some time. I'm just getting home. I'm happy that this turned out the way that it did. I feel like there needed to be a lesson that needed to be learned, and I feel like there were lines that were just unacceptably crossed, and I hope people are paying attention. I really hope they're paying attention.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you, man.
And for the record, I just want to say this, my feelings about Pepe after watching this is, hey, if he can do it to you, he can definitely do it to anybody else, including myself. So there definitely will be a difference if he does come back onto this app, how he will be received in certain spaces.
I agree with you, but let me say this before I go to Francie and then y'all. He's just regurgitating the same shit for years. There's no new material there. He just, one face, moves it, puts a new person in. There's nothing new there. What's the draw to this? I don't understand. He sounds like fucking Ray Romano and Kermit the Frog together. What's up, Frankie?
I really don't know Pepe well, but I've been listening and for the past few days finding out what was going on, and you have to wonder what his mindset is, and if we can just take a step back and think about it. I think that he has the potential to be a predator, and Dawn is here somewhere, and Dawn also she has great instincts. I can tell you that, but he seems like he could be a predator. And
wait, Francie, before you continue that, just give people a little context into your professional background, so you're not just some random crazy clubhouse person. Please.
Sorry. Well, I just practiced for 30 years as a licensed psychotherapist and psychiatry, and so I've pretty much done everything. Now I'm just a grandmother, but and I'm hopefully Clubhouse's official therapist for the year 2025. I hope. So that's me. But I just so I think that he, doxing to me, I've never it's because my information has always been public because of what I do. But in this case, in the way that his patterns have been, I think that he could be a predator. And I think that what happens is every time, they get a thrill out of hurting someone, right? Because they get something out of it. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be, but the ante has to keep being higher, higher, higher. So you start out doxing someone, then you actually drive to their street, and do something, throw eggs at their house or something. Then you sneak in their house when they're not at home. Now that sounds very dramatic, and I'm surprised that I'm even saying it, but my instinct is screaming at me right now, and I don't think that's ever happened in the 4 years that I've been on Clubhouse. So I just want to say, be careful, guys. And if Dawn's around, if she has an instinct, I would really like to hear what she has to say. She's rarely wrong.
Thank you, Francie. Let me say hello to my Canadian acquaintance. Sometimes we're friends, sometimes we're not. I don't understand. But I know when he comes to stages, he doesn't gaslight. Yo, what's good?
So I'm to introduce myself. I have no credentials. I am the crazy Clubhouse person you referenced. So obviously I don't like Pepe. I think that's pretty obvious. But I am curious, how did Pepe get that information to leak it? And obviously it's wrong, but did Mojo know him personally? Is that
No, he got it through donations for John's campaign. You have to put your real information on it. So, because it's so important to him and that idiot Rich had to do a deep dive, y'all. And they ascertained information, and they ran around like their hair was on fire, screaming to the world.
What did you just say?
That's wild. That is wild.
Rich.
I'm gonna talk to you offline. That can get very, very, very ugly very quickly.
Is that a federal crime?
I
Hello?
MG, let's not even, MG, let's let's all talk offline.
No, that's like a valuable lesson. At the same time, I've never heard of getting doxxed in such a way. But hey, be careful, guys. Thanks, JB, for info.
No problem, y'all. You can go back to the chat and gaslight my chat if you like.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, at least he owns it. You know, I respect the dude that owns it. He trolls the chat. But man, listen, I'm over all this shit. I don't know if some of you people haven't been in my space in a while. You just get for the car crash. Well, come back to Healthy Debates. Give it a shot. I think we've been having some amazing conversations the last couple of days. So that's what I have to say. If anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't want this piece of shit in my chat. Bye, Elstone, you piece of shit. There you go. Another phony on Clubhouse. So yeah, if you guys want to come up, you're more than welcome to. I wasn't going to address this Pepe thing because to me he's irrelevant. Always has been, always will be. He's irrelevant in life. He's irrelevant on Clubhouse. But some things were said that had to be addressed. And by the way, for those who heard, I don't have dentures. I have implants. It cost me a lot of money. So yeah, there's that. I own my no, I'm honest. I don't have that. I have implants. It cost me $25 grand just for the fucking top row. How about that? But this asshole's like, you got dentures, and you're this age, and you're that age, and you can't even get it hard on. Okay, Pepe. Keep flapping your shit, bro. See where that gets you. Karma's real. Karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. MG, can you run it for 2 minutes? I have to make a quick phone call. Thank you.
Well, here we are. Hold on, somebody wants to come up. Okay, sir, I'm gonna let you up, but JB might move you down because every time you come up, even though I think you're funny, Times Square, you tend to, veer us off to Looneyville. So here we go. Good luck. Tread lightly.
I moved it before you even finished the sentence.
Here we go. Okay. So wait, Sonia, I think Sonia was trying to come up. Maybe not. I thought Sonia was Jay. I thought I saw you trying to come up. You can come up if you need to come up. All right, guys. Healthy debates. Karma's real. Ha ha ha. Moose said Times Square is funny. That's news to me. I don't know. He's kind of funny in his.
He's a cornball. Stop it.
Okay. Okay, Holly. I saw you coming off mic. How?
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
I just wanted to share, totally off topic, some news. In Georgia, there is apparently a new, I don't know if this is federal or just Georgia, but there's a new rule, basically, if you are accused of something, let's say, and then the accuser, the prosecutor is found doing something fraudulent, then the case, basically all of your court costs, your legal fees get refunded to you. Okay, don't quote me on all the particulars. I was just told this whole thing. So what's happening in Georgia, Fonnie Willis, if you remember, she was basically taken off the case for misconduct. Well, now it's at the Georgia Supreme Court. She's it's kind of been going back and forth, but basically, if they deem her activities as fraudulent, then the Georgia GOP will actually get like millions of dollars back in their coffers, legal fees. Just a little update on all the fun Georgia election shit.
Wait, Holly, is that just for elections, or is that for any criminal or civil case in the state of Georgia, or specifically tied around election?
I don't think it's specific to elections, but.
So you're saying essentially, if I'm understanding correctly, and I hope it's true, because prosecutor, essentially prosecutorial misconduct, I believe that's the term, when DAs, for example, do not divulge exculpatory evidence to the defense team that would have exonerated and dismissed the case up front, realizing that the defendant is actually innocent. I think I saw a documentary, I think it's something insane, like less than 2% of DAs, district attorneys around the country that are actually caught. are ever held accountable. They have this weird, like, bubble of immunity around them. So if George is doing this,
Okay, I found
I
it.
hope it's true.
So here,
Yeah.
here it is. Here it is. This is all new stuff. So Georgia law allows for the recovery of attorney's fees by defendants in certain criminal cases where a prosecutor is found to have engaged in misconduct, leading to their disqualification and the dismissal of the case. But specifically, recent legislation, in addition to that, Senate Bill 244, now law, signed into legislation by Governor Kemp on July 1st, 2025, includes a mechanism for criminal defendants to be reimbursed for their legal costs if the prosecuting attorney in their case is disqualified for personal or professional misconduct. And then in secondary, the criminal case is subsequently dismissed due to that disqualification. So I guess it added some language to the already existing ability to get legal fees back. But yeah, so it made it a little more broad, I think. So yeah, Georgia Republican Party is very, very happy about this.
Coming back to what we were talking about, I want to underscore something that Nai said earlier, and it really resonated with me. We used to have more people with something to say for the basis of intelligence here in Clubhouse, and less malice, more friendship, and we've given that away. And we're left with too many times the trolls and cafes, the people who get their kicks from being disruptive to being sick and malicious. And I think we have to think about that.
But why do we keep writing off this specific behavior, David, and equating it to trolling? Like, this is not trolling. Like, this is literally harassing people on the internet to a criminal level in some states. In my state specifically, if these people were tracked down and they were, charged with, cyber stalking and cyber harassment, like, you could spend up to 1 year in county jail. So I mean, it's crazy to me how people don't see that there's serious consequences. And for other people, that are disseminating people's information on the internet and they have families at home, could you imagine sitting down with your wife and saying that I have to take money out of the joint bank account to go and pay an attorney over some stupid shit that you did on the internet? Could you imagine being in that situation? So either these people are lying and they don't have families and they don't have shit to care about, okay, or they're just completely reckless, they're outside of themselves, and their behavior on this app has not caught up to them yet. Because I'm telling you right now, with some of the shit that people were saying up in those rooms, you don't want to have that conversation, especially as a young person newly married, that you have to go through resources that otherwise could be taking care of your family because you have to pay attorneys, get your pockets racked out because you're running your mouth on the freaking internet.
I agree. I think there's some fine line. Maybe I use trolling as too broad a term because, all due respect, you're good at it and you're able to keep a room lively with it. I think there's a fine line where sometimes even that crosses the line.
But see, David, I don't go from room to room seeking out to create coordinated attacks. Okay, what we've been experiencing over the last 2 weeks in our circle of whether healthy debates or in the muff, it has been a series of coordinated attacks with the same usual actors. Mind you, this all got kicked off because of the whole Brad situation. Keegan and got into it people got into it up in that room. Absolutely. Then that created bad blood. Okay, then it got dragged over into Roger's room. Then there were people that were attacking Roger's room and trying to use, the Monica situation. Then you had other people that it's just, this was a coordinated attack. So this is completely different than trolling and calling people big bags. Okay, I'm not calling people big bags and reading out people's addresses out of the yellow pages. No. But I'm just explaining the intellectual difference. So trolling is big bags. Okay, doxing and harassment is reading out people's employment history, putting up pictures of people's still videos that they've done, okay, with the sheer image, okay, of something blocking their name so that everybody on the freaking app can see the person's first and last name. It is clear doxing. So if we're holding Pepe accountable, which it looks like Clubhouse is, I encourage people to hold Rich accountable as well.
I agree. I'm back. Let me just say something real quick. Let me look at this audience because there's somebody. Oh, Sonia, who are you, Sonia? I don't think I know you.
Sonia? Let me see which one, because I think I know Sonia. Is it Sonia? I don't see her. I think that's my homegirl. With a J?
No, yeah, with a J. She's next to y'all. You don't see her?
Hold on. Not yet.
She's on stage.
Oh, she's on stage.
Yeah. So I'm asking, who is she? I don't know who she is. I want to hear her voice.
Let me pull to refresh, because I don't see her. Let me pull to refresh. Yeah, I don't see her either. I don't see her.
I don't see her, JB.
Hold on. I just refreshed. She probably fled. Jack, who are you, Jack?
Yo, I'm just a regular attender in both of your guys' spaces. I've been listening. Thanks for the heart, whoever did that. Just been listening to the drama. I'm sure you guys, no one likes the drama. I think the doxing, definitely we can all agree that's like, it'd be shunned to never happen on this app. I think you guys both made some good points about each other, though. We should stay objective, you know?
Wait, time out. What good points did you make about me? Tell me.
I mean, just basically just describing. Okay, let's not be emotional, like I said.
Shut the fuck up and answer my question or get out.
Okay, are you gonna talk like a man? Are you gonna?
I'm talking how I want to. It's my fucking room. What is it?
If you're gonna talk to me like a man, let's do it.
All right, goodbye, asshole. There's my manhood. You wanna suck my dick too, you fucking fruit pie? Shut up. He said nothing positive. He said nothing positive, you fucking idiot. Not a fucking word. Go to the fucking ear doctor to get your ears cleaned out. He doxed me. He doxed my friend. What the fuck? I didn't dox him. What the fuck are you talking about, you moron? Oh my god, there's no objectivity here because there's nothing to be objective about. He doxed us, you idiot. What do you want to say? He said that was so good. Please tell me. And I got this asshole Anthony Edwards also doxed me. Amazing. To use that asshole's word, amazing. Some of you people really need to do a fucking mental health check. You want to talk like a man. Asshole, he doxed my family. He doxed Roger's family. That's okay, that's objective. What the fuck is wrong with you? You've been in both our spaces, then you know how I talk. You shouldn't be so sensitive. Put your big boy pants on. Go give fucking Pepe a hand job under the table, because trust me, he'll be back tomorrow.
Nothing to lose, JB. Nothing to lose. A lot of people are proving themselves as having absolutely nothing to lose.
You know what? Not only am I going to throw this piece of shit out, I'm going to block you from my house, Anthony. I don't like you as a person. I just don't like that thing. Gaslighting motherfucker. Likes to come into spaces. Talking his shit. Right? Listen. I'm not a black man in America. I'm the cracker in the corner. But that dude says the worst things about black people. He's the black Pepe. That's the truth.
Well, I just know for a fact that if the shoe were on the other foot, somebody did what was done to you to him. I know that he would definitely be a bull in the China shop, you know, tearing down every freaking room, interrupting and doing what he could to get his point across. So it's just very interesting to me how he comes in here with no sense of empathy as a father. That you know, you were put in that situation and Roger was put in that situation. It's disgusting. You know, I'm just reading a comment in the chat, and it just reminds me yet again, I keep saying this, why grown-ass men are so pressed about how other men carry their spaces and run their rooms. Why do y'all fucking care? Go sit up under the men whose spaces you enjoy. Like, too much soy, fluoride in the water, ladies and gentlemen. Your mamas took you off the nipple too soon, maybe too late. Y'all really be pressed about how men run their spaces. I'm literally, can I use the word flabbergasted? Jesus Christ. Y'all in the chat tell her he's right about you and how you run your space. Bitch, then go find a space you want to sit in. Y'all are weird. And this is coming from men.
You know, I've been running my space the same exact way today as I did the day I got on this app.
100%.
He says he's been in my space before, then you would know this space is not for the light of heart. Right? It's just not, bro. If that triggers you, that's on you. Here is the model for That one is really funny, man. Oh my god.
JB is a whole entire coward. That's why. Yo, you might like JB. I like it, and that's cool. But yo, I promise you, he's going to expose himself. You're going to see who JB really is. Alright? And yo, here's the dude at KP, I can't abide a coward. A coward, you're like, dude, I watch women on this app say, yo, listen, I'm going to hop down off of this stage and
I give up a kidney to go listen to that debate. But as far as promoting it and having stream, bro, he's been streaming for years. Who cares? At this point, who cares? Like I'm saying, you might find out me not these fucks. You know, I have no smoke with John. But you know what? Let John be John. You know? This is how I feel. I'm over all that bullshit.
So, let me tell you why I care. And I'm going to say this in defense of women and certain ideologies behind what John is doing. You know, being raised by a two-parent household and having a mother in the house along with my father, she always taught me that a woman saying no is something that needs to be listened to and it needs to be heard. So when you have men like John, who has had countless women on this app tell them that it makes them uncomfortable, they don't want to have their vulnerable moments put onto YouTube, they don't want to have certain information that people can plug into certain, into certain search engines and give up their locations to rob them of their sense of security. So to me, I take that from a personal lesson that I learned as a child, that what John is doing, especially to the women on this app, is completely wrong and extremely violating.
Well, you know what? You can say that a billion times, bro. He ain't gonna change. So my thing, for me, I just ignore him. You know, I have very little patience for him when he comes to my stages. I give him a little grace, but when he starts talking his nonsense, goodbye, John. But we're not gonna do it. I'm telling you. Look, he wants to come up. John has a new account. Shocker, people. Who do you think has more accounts, John or Pepe? For me, I just ignore him. We all know Pepe's coming back tomorrow with a vengeance. With a vengeance. And you know what he's gonna do tomorrow for people? I can promise you. He's gonna say the same things that he said today, that he said yesterday. That David, original idea has not entered that man's brain, probably since third grade. He regurgitates the same shit. So listen, I know I have this thick Brooklyn accent. I say some bad things. I pissed off Jackie, right? He got upset because I said, he needs to squeeze his balls. That's fine. But whose voice would you rather hear, mine or Kermit the Frog's? You tell me. John Kitover, how many fucking accounts do you have?
Well, they clipped a bunch of my accounts as well today, and in terms of like,
You're welcome.
in terms of Dr. Adams claiming that I'm putting women at risk, if you're talking about yourself, Dr. Adams, maybe you should take Darren LaHood's PTR out of your name and representing his campaign, because you could be causing him a lot of damage to his campaign, and I thank you for that. But nonetheless, I have to do what I have to do to be victorious and to fight people who have bad political ideas and want to increase the debt. And if you're a female on this app and you're political and I'm political, if our paths happen to cross and you end up in a YouTube video of mine, well, I hope what you said was intelligent. If it wasn't, well, let the audience decide.
Well, that's great. And
Adams, he's like herpes. You can't get rid of him, bro.
well, and I'm going to bring back my point to the harassment piece of this. Notice I've made it very clear I do not care to interact with this man, nor do I care to be put up on YouTube. But as I click on his profile, it says add back. So this man is refusing to disengage, and I hope that you guys all see the point that I was trying to make has now been proven yet again.
All right, well, I'm running for Congress in the 16th District of Illinois, where Darren LaHood, the man in your PTR, is, and I don't know what to tell you. Go to johnforcongress.com.
I just told him no campaign, and he can't help himself. And by the way, I did donate to his campaign. I did it as a favor for Roger. I'm going to be requesting that money back from Roger directly.
I disagree with Roger on just about voting him all day long.
Myself?
So one thing I disagree with Roger on
John and Roger. I'm not even going down that lane. If Roger wants to address it, he'll be back before you guys know it. But, whew, is anybody, and I'd be honest, is anybody unhappy that Pepe got 2 account splits? Anybody? If anybody has a problem with it, by all means, please come to the stage. Raise your hand. We'll have a nice kumbaya dialogue. Nobody? Let me say hello to Moose, Curtis, Hakima in the house. Your piece. I love you, your piece. I'm not love bombing you, but I have a lot of affection for you, lady. America, you're beautiful. Kubu, what's up, Kubu? April, how you doing? Heidi. We got Bree. Man, you guys gotta hear that accent that lady has. Off the chain. Lububu. We got Miss. We got Mitch. We got Pebbles. Pat. Ashley. If you guys want to come up. We got Dude Cool from Canada. Another sensitive person. This world's taken over by the far left. It's crazy to me.
Listen, I just want to reiterate, JB, I'm not trying to sit on myself, but I just want to reiterate, because I did say in Pepe's chat, somebody asked me, how you feeling about this whole situation now? And I said, I don't like it, and I'm going to stay out of it. And I think the only reason why I've been, I know the only reason why I've been, especially Pepe's if you're listening, I've had no beef with Pepe on this app. He and I have never sparred. We had an incident a while ago, which he later apologized for, which I thought was very admirable, right? But I have been vocal about what's happening over the past couple days because I like JB and I like Roger, and I know some people might say, "Nine, shut up, don't get involved," but I don't know why I feel compelled to defend both of these men in my own way. So I just wanted to state that because some people
Well, I am cute.
And that's it, right? So and there's only a handful of houses that I go into consistently on this app. This is one of them, and the month is another one. And I said earlier today there are a couple of people on this app who I don't know personally, but I'm fond of them. And if the same shit happens to them, I might be compelled to be like, leave this person alone, back to fuck off. Adams is one of them. I don't know Adams personally, but I'm very fond of Adams, right? And if some shit happened and y'all were attacking Adams, I'd probably do the same thing. Shut the fuck up and leave him. If whoever's giving me a thumbs down, your mama's stay. So, that's about it. I'm done.
Well, let me just say this. Listen. If we took a real vote, I think the majority is that Pepe's just a low-life piece of shit. Always has been, always will be. Right? But then you got this finally, right? KK men. Who loves to gaslight. I'm so worried about the women. Oh my God, ladies. Look out for JB. Look out. Right? Another person trying to make herself relevant. Who's the most irrelevant person on this app? Goes around talking, she's a all-star wife. My husband was killed in action. Right? All the life I see, I think you're full of shit, lady. Full of shit. Bring me seats. Bring me seats out who the fuck you are behind, besides hiding behind your fucking PTR and your fake names. The time of the trolls is coming to an end, people. I can promise you that. Clubhouse ain't fucking around no more. See how fast that piece of shit got clipped tonight? She wants to, he did this in 2009. He did this in 2010. Meanwhile, she got almost every date wrong. She couldn't say Bear Stearns, she said Bear and Stearns. I understand, English is not your first language, you dummy. Why don't you just mind your fucking business and let the men fight it out? How about that? You fucking gaslighting troll. Hope you get a yeast infection in your mouth.
Can I ask you a question, Chad? All right, thank you. I appreciate the bonus. So, looking from the outside, looking in on a lot of these beefs, at what point are we going to have like a reset? Not in the terms of kumbaya, but I feel like colloquially as a community, as people kind of navigate through different rooms, there should be certain things that should be off limits. From this point forward. I know that people have said things in the past.
I know that people have really dug deep, in the past. But let's agree to put the past in the past. Everybody goes and sits with their own tribe. Don't go into anybody's spaces that doesn't want anybody in anybody's spaces. And let's stop talking about the kids. Let's stop talking about people's spouses. Let's start talking about people's dead relatives. Let's stop this. We see entertainment on being on this app, and it feels like people have slowly migrated off of this app because I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this shit at times gets very, very, very ugly. It gets very, very, very ugly, and it's very difficult to listen to. And I've been very guilty of it myself in being pushed in defending myself. But at this point, through learning from this situation, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get some clarity. Let me give you some clarity. I haven't mentioned Pepe's name in probably almost a week.
I know that.
But let me finish, right? I never talk about Mon. Mon's irrelevant. She's an embarrassment to herself, right? 75 fucking years old, and she wants to talk shit. And KK, I haven't mentioned KK's name in years. As a matter of fact, Adams, I specifically reached out to KK's best friend and said, bro, I need a favor from you. I need you to get her to stand down. And what she do? She took an extra 5 steps forward tonight. With lies, insinuations. So how many times does a person have to sit back and get punched in the face and say, you know what? I've eaten enough shit. I'm full. Fuck that. I'm not looking for toxicity, and I'm not bringing the drama, but I'm not going to back down from it either. You come to me, I'm coming after you. And I've tried my best the last fucking week just to stand down. But you know what? Enough. What she did in that room tonight to try to step down herself, like she's some good person. Bro, here's the truth. When Kay came in, she has doxed, gaslit more people on this app than probably Pepe and anybody combined. And that's true. But she gets a pass because she talks so sweet, so nice. Fuck her and a fake story about a dead husband. Bring receipts. Everybody loves to have receipts on me, Adams. I want receipts now. Until then, that person's a fucking liar. And if that triggers her, she's gonna go, I guarantee she's gonna go out and he was talking about my dead husband. So what? So what? How about the fact that you fucking doxed me and my family, you insidious cancer? So what? Your husband's some fucking saint. I don't even think you had a husband, you fucking piece of shit. How about that? It's a harder ball game, Adams, when the rabbit's holding the gun, and I'm fully fucking loaded.
Well, tonight is messy. Hold on, MJ, I'll say this real quick. Tonight is a messy night. Somebody want to pin KK in here and ask her why she upset herself? No. I was just being petty. I'm gonna go back to minding my business.
She's in the room. She's under anonymous, I guarantee you. And she's gonna cry like the little bitch she is for the next 6 months that I spoke about that husband. Because that's off limits. But my kids, my family, my business, my life is not off limits. It's amazing the hypocrisy with these people.
Everything JB said. Adams, don't you think that that's not this side? Like, our side has a moral code? It's just like, damn, the other side won't let it go, right? And so, after a certain amount of time, people get tired of that shit and you don't get popped in your mouth. So, I don't understand, like, the moral code. We do abide by a moral code, but, I feel JB. You keep fucking with them, you're gonna get popped in your mouth. And I think that that's fair, Adams. You're in these spaces, you see what goes on in the chat. Who's trying to trigger who? Do you think JB and this side is trying to trigger them? No, they come over here trying to trigger us. Adams, that's for you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. For the most part, I don't say anything because I'm sick of it because it's been going on for 5 years. It's exhausting. It really is. And to be very honest with you, I would like to have this conversation with you kind of in private as to how I specifically am bothered by not necessarily this particular situation and the insults going back and forth, but just like an everyday norm. You know what I mean? As far as people going to a place on both sides that I quite frankly have just gotten very disgusted with.
Well, let me jump in here real quick. So, Son Goku, right? It's crazy when talking about someone's dead husband. Yeah, it's also crazy about putting my family's information out there. my kid's information out there. That's okay, though. That's okay. Let's do that. 3 fucking years, you idiot. For years. I've never said a word on that woman or that husband until tonight. But she's gonna run with it, I promise you. She's gonna play the perpetual victim and forget what she did to me. And she's done to many others. But I have no right to take the gloves off. Man, here in New York, we gotta say, you can only shove shit down somebody's throat so they say they're full. I'm full. Fuck that. Fully loaded, let's go. I'm tired of it. Now, you leave me the fuck alone, I'll leave you. I haven't mentioned that woman's name in years.
Alright.
But you just want to keep punching and punching. Fuck that, bro. I don't really give a fuck. There's no gloves for them, but I have to wear gloves. No, we ain't playing that no more. And none of this had to happen, by the way. That woman's name, none of this. First off, I don't even know why she's interjecting the peppy spaces in the first place. This has nothing to do with her. So she'll play the victim. Maybe she just needs to mind her business. How about that? See, some kind of moral compass, Reese, right? Oh, I have a boyfriend, but I'm fucking with my kids on.
It really is.
You fraud, you phony. I didn't fucking gaslight trolls.
So, one thing that I wanted to comment on as far as Pepe Spaces and how it's pretty much stayed on brand over the last couple of years. He basically opens up spaces to say that I'm not racist, but then he wants to get the crowd gassed up by saying racist shit. Like it's not anything original. Like it's not anything that I feel like people should really hold on to. It's gotten very old, it's not entertaining, and I just feel like it's just non-productive.
Well, Adams, I've made some moves. See, here's the thing what people don't understand. Nine's always a mod, MG will always be a mod, some other people will be mods. But when I open a room, if I block you, then you definitely can't get in. So I'm making some moves for people that are saying just stupid shit with no basis. They're gone. I don't need them in my space. I'll run a space with 100 people or 10 people and still have a great conversation. That's just how I feel. But, I always found, especially in the people want real till real shows up. Then they want to play victim. What did he say? How could he say that? But what about and this is no exaggeration, Adams, at least 30 lies that she told in Pepe's room. So I heard it. 30 fucking lies about me, just to gaslight me. But that's okay. I was wearing asbestos underwear and she had the gasoline.
Or being messy in the chat, Adams in these spaces. I mean, you're in the same spaces as we are. You see the chat. It's not this side being messy, Adams.
Oh, I have to, let me make this announcement. It's very important. For those of you who didn't hear, Jazzy did not sell me any information, and Hero did not sell me any information. So all this pretend smoke after Ann, that you're deflecting off whatever happened between the two of you, I don't even talk to Ann like that. I don't even like Ann, to be honest with you. She's a pain in my ass. But she definitely didn't sell me any information. I want to make that publicly known. Leave Ann alone. She had nothing to do with it. You fucking gossiping men. You're worse than fucking a bunch of tying washwomen. What's wrong with you?
That's kind of like the argument about, you have a lot of these male fortune tellers, like Miss Cleo with rags on her head. You kicked me out of the room. Does Clubhouse have a feature that tells you who kicked somebody out of a room? Or are they just, kind of speculating and just being messy? Like this is what I mean about like the colloquial patterns as far as like how people navigate on this app. Like it's very annoying. It's extremely annoying. Like until you have definitive evidence of things, stop opening up rooms and speculating that people are doing things that you have no idea what they're doing. Like it's very, very, very weird. It's like, I mean, did y'all go to like some fortune teller, like gypsy freaking, like, like it's just very weird.
They're demons.
I just want to say hello to KP. This dude has been my friend and loyal to me from the day I got on this app, man. KP, I got nothing but love, admiration, respect for you. Welcome to the room, KP.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, I've been punched in the left eye. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I
tries to bring you some of this nonsense, just say I want to hear it. Okay, I wasn't gonna say a fucking word about this. I left it alone for days, even though this dude was trying to drag me by regurgitating the same shit that I've already spoken on 5 million times. But I had to address it tonight, bro.
And I asked the other person, hey, yo, just go talk to JB. Go talk to him in a private room. Don't bring this shit on a public stage. Just go sit down. How we used to do it back. JB, you know how we used to do it back in the day. We go sit down.
100%.
Grab some coffee, grab some pizza. We gonna sit down and talk about it.
But you know what, KP? But you know what, KP? Times are different, bro. These men nowadays are built differently than you and me, right? There's no integrity. These dudes want to fucking gossip. They want to get their estrogen level up. It's crazy to me that a person like Pepe can sit on the stage and say, "Hey, you know what? You're an N word, or you're a K word," and then when he gets a little pushback, "Oh no, I was just trolling. I didn't mean that." Yoshi, what's good, man? Long time no hear, man. Look at this. Had enough. We just had enough. So, I see free speech should be allowed, but where, Yoshi, and I'm saying this respectfully because I like you and I respect you, but where's the line with free speech and hate speech and doxing people's families?
Doxing, which potentially exposes people to imminent threat and harm. I don't think that should be tolerated. Speech is different. I look at, especially speech you don't like. I don't want to sound cliche, but I actually mean it sincerely. I look at opinions, words, or opinions that are expressed through words, kind of like I look at pathogens, viruses, and bacteria. If you're never exposed to it, you don't build up immunity, and so you're always susceptible to it making you ill, and you can't go through life like that. So when you're exposed to it, when you're able to hear it, analyze it, develop a resistance to it, not just by ignoring it, but by understanding the argumentation and the perspective, then it doesn't bother you to the point where you find yourself being agitated in a manner that you'd rather not be agitated. It's like sneezing every time it's spring and so forth. You would much rather not have that reaction to the pollen. So I look at, hate speech or speech I don't like in that same regards. But when you're doxing people, exposing people's personal information in this world, that is crossing the line. But if you're calling people pejoratives, that doesn't bother me.
Yo, no bullshit, bro. I'm just using you as a example. You can call me any name you want. You can put me down. You can talk about my past. I don't care. But when you get my family involved, when you get my friends involved, bro, there has to be a hard line there. And that's just how I feel. By the way, ladies, he's not just a pretty face.
I agree with you 100% on that.
Yoshi's not just a pretty face. He's also very smart.
I go into some of his biblical rooms when he's speaking, and the insightful biblical brothers on this app, mad respect. Yoshi's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, involving people with families, that's unacceptable.
That's off limits. Off limits.
That goes beyond speech. That's actionable. Okay, you actually took an action that we all understand as adults, at least competent adults, that can expose people, like you said, more importantly, your family, to harm. That should not be tolerated. 100%. That should not be tolerated. But I didn't know that was the case. I thought he got clipped for something he said in the room that had nothing to do with doxing.
He got clipped because he was going on a tirade for the last 5 days about me, my family, my background, everything. You name it, Yoshi. He went sports stars. He tried to, but all he really was doing, Yoshi, was regurgitating the same shit that everybody else has said over the last 5 years, and that I even spoke about. But he's just one of those polarizing figures that people come to his room because they want to hit a car crash. They don't. Damn it! It don't matter that he's talking about my family or he's talking about my life. Who cares?
Right. Yeah, I don't think it should get personal with that on this app to that extent. Keep it on the information. If you're assaulting somebody in a room based off of something they said to you or said about a topic, that's one thing. But when you take that beyond this digital realm and bring it into people's actual lives, that is crossing the line. And so if that's the basis on which you initiated the poll, then on that basis, I would have to change my vote, JB.
Yeah,
100%.
I can't believe I convinced you to change your vote. But yeah, that's exactly my whole thought process. And I gotta be honest, he's been talking on me for 5 days. I haven't said a word to him or about him. But he's continued. I said
He's
for the
spent
last
like the
5 days,
past 3 hours talking shit
about
about him.
5 days, because he's obsessed with me. And I haven't punched back. I haven't said that. And I even told my other mods to not bring his name up. But he just refuses to stop. He got played tonight because he was doxxed, and I had nothing to do with it. The clubhouse got involved on their own.
He had a room the other night. I don't dislike Pepe. It's his cadence with which he speaks, the tone of his voice is irritating to me. So it makes it difficult for me to tone into the content of what he's presenting. I can't get beyond his voice.
He sounds like Covers the Flow. Covers the Flow.
Something like that. And then I know that he's some of his words are inflammatory. That doesn't bother me, but I don't audience his platform too frequently. I happen to share platforms with him when he's in someone else's room. But yeah, Pepe, I didn't know he was doing that about you, JB.
Not just me.
That's disheartening to hear that. That he was doing that. That happens to people in his app. I know it happens to people in his app, but I didn't know that he was doing that. When I went into his room, I think for about 3 minutes, he was talking about how the Israeli flag was identified with Jewish identity, and he was, in disapproval